Hello and good morning or good afternoon. Is it afternoon yet? You guys are watching the E-Life Power Lunch with Dr. Baruch and Chris Murray. I'm your host, Chris Murray, and we're here with Dr. Baruch. Good morning.
Good morning. And how are you this morning?
I am wonderful. Energy's good. Food smells good next door, so things are looking up.
Yep. I can't say I feel the greatest, only because I got up this morning and I went to bed pretty late. Got up this morning and had to do my personal training experience. And it's quite an experience when your personal trainer has a little edge, a little chip.
Uh-oh.
So my legs feel like rubber bands today, and it's going to get worse.
Uh-oh.
So in 2 days, I'm probably not going to be able to walk. But somewhere she'll be chuckling at me as this seems to be something she enjoys. But the good thing about it is the harder I work out, definitely the more results that I get. Right. So I'm thankful for her. Her name is Jessica Lane. And she is going to be working with me probably from here through the summer, just so that when I go out to the beach and I'm, I can look fly.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I'm excited about the show today. We have special guests with us, and it's actually very special because they were our first guests of our very first show, and so they're one of our first guests for the new year. Welcome, Ms. Harriet Hawkins and Fred Bell Wagner III.
Hello, how are you?
I am wonderful. Good morning.
How you doing?
Great.
They're going to be sharing with us our regular real estate updates and information. So, you guys, look, we're here to keep our word. When we say we're going to have people coming back, we want to make sure we do that.
Yep.
But first, let's go ahead and get into our hot topic today. So, guys, I'm on Facebook checking everything out, and I see that Ivanka Trump has now purchased a home in Colorado. You guys know that Colorado is a suburb here in Washington, D.C., and I believe that's where the Obamas have decided to stay after their presidential term is over. So I wanted to ask you guys, since you're here, what effect does that really have on the neighborhood? I mean, neighbors, I feel like some may be happy, some may be not, for more reasons than one, not just because they're the Trumps, but also my assumption is that it's going to affect the value of the homes and the neighborhood itself. There's additional security, which could be a plus and a minus. So what's your take on it?
My take on it is definitely it will affect the neighborhoods. It'll affect the neighborhood. Colorado is already one of the most notable neighborhoods in the Washington, D.C. area. It'll affect it in a way that the property value will definitely go up. Maybe people will feel uncomfortable who aren't fans of the Trumps, but their value of their property will definitely increase.
Okay, so is that overall it's a plus, sort of, kind of?
It's definitely a plus for the D.C. area. D.C. has been monumental in staying stable in the real estate industry as far as around the suburbs. When PG County took a hit, D.C. kind of still stayed stable in the sense that it has changed. It's very diverse. The property value, the average property in D.C. probably sells for about $450 on up, and that's even including the southeast area. So Colorado is definitely up in the millions. So they may not like the company they're keeping, but their value will definitely increase.
Awesome.
Trump can move next to me. I don't mind, he can hang out over my neighbor just as long as his motorcade doesn't get in the way of me getting to the studio on time, I don't mind. And increasing my property value, I would let it ride probably for 2 years, and then I put the for sale sign out front, and it would be in the actual ad next door to Trump. President Trump.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'd make that money and roll.
Right. I love it. What about on the mortgage side? Have the phones been blowing up off the hook because people want to get into that Colorado neighborhood?
No, not really.
Not really?
Not yet, anyway.
Okay, there's still maybe some time for that. Well, that's exciting. We also, again, have a sponsor today, so I'd like to take a minute to just get that commercial up if you guys don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Okay, let's see. We're going to do this commercial thing, huh?
I think I need the audio.
Uh-oh. We will need audio. We won't make that mistake again.
Right. We're going to get it right this time.
Plug your audio in there.
Perfect.
we're getting you all ready for this commercial sponsor of the show. So for those of you who are interested in sponsoring our show and bringing attention to your brand, your service, your product, what it is that you're doing, please get in contact with us. Let us know. You can catch us on Facebook. And yeah, we'd love to have you a part of what it is that we're doing. It's real special.
Perfect. And so you guys are here to give us an update on some of the programs and information that are available. And so we can jump into that for a second. We mentioned one that I definitely wanted to post on Facebook because I know we have a lot of potential home buyers on Facebook. So tell us about the program that you mentioned.
That would be the new Pathways. It's a PG County program. PG Car sponsored program that starts on January the 9th, and it will give up to $10,000 towards closing and down payment.
Is that for first-time home buyers, or is
It's
that
for
everybody?
Everybody.
Wow, I need to find a house.
Right.
Just trying to get $10,000 from the government.
Now the thing with it though is that when the money's gone, the program's over.
Okay.
So for those folks who have New Year key goals and they want to purchase a house, then they should give Fred Wagner a call today so they can be on their way.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Awesome. And what are the requirements for that? I mean, can I just he's getting her brother name. I love it. Can anyone just come? Is it still that 580? Is that our minimum that we want to shoot for?
Yes. The program, I mean, you still need at least a 580.
Okay.
The program may have their own qualifications.
Okay.
Harriet, do they have a score requirement? You know it?
I have to look that up and see. I'm sure that they do. I know with my home, I believe it was 620. No, I think with my home they went to 640. Okay. So they had changed that. But because your score is in a 640, that doesn't necessarily leave you out of the loop, because at 580 there are programs that you definitely can take advantage of. Mm-hmm. So, the first thing is to give Mr. Fred Bell Wagner III a call and go from there. Let him analyze your credit and tell you what you need to do. And who knows, you could be in your house by Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because I probably can get you up to the 620 or 640, whichever one it is. Mm-hmm. Quite sure it won't be hard.
Now,
but you got to call.
Now, what about investment property? Is for those of us who own our home already and we're looking to maybe expand our portfolio, can we get some property and take advantage of that investment property and take advantage of that $10,000?
No, you cannot. It's for residential property only, unfortunately. But we do have programs for investors. Every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. I actually have a class at my office that's taught by Mr. Carey that can teach you all about investing and what programs to take advantage of and how to invest with no money of your own.
Wow. That is good stuff. And again, where is this office located?
My office is located at 9560 Marlboro Pike, Suite 204 in Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
So we're going to have to get you guys to come out because we have the Wednesday night event. Remember we talked about this before. Yeah. And, just share, because that's another thing. When you can cross platforms, you guys have your audience set, we have our set audience. We flip and flop. That means that we have a chance to expand that beyond what our normal reach would be. So we'd love to have you guys come out maybe one Wednesday and, host it over here. And, we can do vice versa. And, just get that information out there.
Oh, absolutely. You let me know when, and we go from there. I mean, it's a new year, new goals, new mindset, new growth.
Right. I love it. And I think I'm ready for our sponsor now. Special shout out to Vice President Corey McDowell of Financial Education Services.
Okay, we're going to check to make sure your mute button isn't depressed. Mute button. Nope. Not sure.
No, it's good. I can hear it out there, but we can't.
No, we could hear it.
Greetings, good afternoon.
Okay. We're going to have to come back to that because we're not getting that sound over here.
Okay.
And you plug that in good. Okay. Great. We'll come back to it. It's interesting in real estate investing and looking at the market, just checking where the trend is. You know, is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? You know, where is the what is it that we should be looking at in order to determine when it's a good time to buy or sell?
Actually, it's a seller's market. It's been a seller's market all of 2016, and generally towards the end of the year during the holidays it slowed down, but it's been steady pushing forward. Buyers are still buying, sellers are still selling, and what you look forward in the market is you look at the sales price, what's moving, what's not moving, who's buying and who's not buying, what programs are available, and that kind of tells you. The interest rates as well. The interest rates have been low. They just start kind of swishing up a little bit after the election, but nonetheless they're still at about a 3.75, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And what about the foreclosure? Here in Prince George's County, we still are getting the commercials coming on the radio talking about if you need help with your foreclosure, you want to prevent foreclosure, you've been given a bad loan or whatever the litany of things that might lead to you, losing your property. Are you all able to help people, with any of your programs, or is there anything that you can guide people towards such that they might be able to maintain their property if they're on the brink of losing it?
Absolutely. If there's folks who are facing foreclosure or behind in their mortgage, they should definitely give us a call. Not wait till the last minute, because I know during when people are facing foreclosure, it's a time when they get very depressed, and I know that from self-experience. Myself, years ago, before I got into the real estate business, I was faced with that. One of the many reasons why I decided to pursue real estate, because I wanted to know, how do I get into this? How do I help other homeowners not go through the stress of losing their homes? So when I'm dealing with my clients, one of the things I like to educate them on keeping their home, and being upfront and honest and communicating with your mortgage company, because we all have life situations that aren't great sometimes, and we face hardships.
Right.
So to educate the client is very important, because I couldn't tell you back then how I even got a house. I know I purchased a house, but my agent didn't walk me through the process. All I know, I was a homeowner and I had a mortgage. But there's definitely different things that come with having a mortgage and keeping your home. So definitely reach out to myself or Fred, and we can walk you through the process.
Great. And this is there are still programs, I would suspect, for first-time home buyers. Is that the case? And are there certain areas in Prince George's County? I would suspect D.C. doesn't have many of these type programs, but I remember down in Brandywine, I think there was like a Department of Agriculture had gotten released funds, I guess a grant of some sort to help support folk moving into that area. Are there still those programs existing now?
Yes, absolutely. It's the USDA program, and it's actually 100% financing, and it actually not only encompasses Brandywine, but some areas in Waldorf, some areas in Upper Marlboro, Cheltenham, even some areas in Largo. It's based on zip code and not exactly areas, and definitely if you go further to Charles County, deep in La Plata, there are areas in Bryan's Road as well.
And just to reiterate, she said 100% USDA, meaning you do not have a down payment. 100% USDA. You do not have a down payment. And if you go to Harriet, she's probably going to get all your closing paid for you. So you could come to the table with hardly any money at all besides your earnest money deposit that you put up. So don't sit back and wait. You need to come on and act now. And the program that she was telling you about, the pathways, it only lasts until the money runs out, program is over. Again, money runs out, program is over. So y'all should be picking up the phone now and calling.
Right, yeah, definitely, guys. Don't wait, because the information that they've just given, I don't know if you guys heard that. What they're saying is basically you can come to the table with almost no money and get the home of your dreams, or something like it, out in Akakeet or Brandywine or one of those areas. So definitely want to encourage you guys to reach out. We're here to solve problems. You say your New Year's resolution is to become a homeowner this year. Well, what's the first step that you have to take? Got to give these guys a call.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What is some of the advice that you give to, maybe some of the citizens in the D.C. metropolitan area about what they could do to better position them, to be able to purchase a home? That, and what are some of the mistakes that we're making?
You want to go first?
I would say for me, some of the mistakes that folks make is that they try to fix their own credit and analyze their own credit. A lot of times when they do that, they end up making it worse than, it actually was. I would say, you reach out to a notable and reputable lender like Mr. Fred Bell Wagner III and let him analyze your credit before you make any moves moving forward. And also, a lot of folks are like, I want to be here and I want to do this and I want to have this perfect car and all these things before they purchase a home. A home is an investment. When you drive that car for a lot, it's going to depreciate. When you purchase a home, it's going to appreciate. The first home I bought in '88 for $133,000, and I sold that house in 2006 for $295,000. So that's like money in the bank. So you buy your home, then you purchase your car. You do those things first. And then, again, the most important thing is to call a lender and get your finances analyzed and move on from there. There are all types of resources, even if you don't qualify for a program. For one, we always ask the seller to contribute to your closing costs at least 3%. Now, that may not be the same in the D.C. area because the market is kind of different. However, closed mouths don't get fed. You need to ask to know and not assume that you know, but get with the people who are professionals so they can help you along the way.
Yes, again, to piggyback off of the great Harriet Hawkins, you need to come and ask. People think paying off good credit is good. Well, you get credit by paying bills. So if you got these 3 credit cards and you pay them off, you're not getting no more credit because you just paid them off and closed them out. Right. It's all right to pay them down to 0, but go ahead to the gas station, get some gas. Go ahead to the grocery store, get some groceries. All we care about is you making a payment every month. Whether it's $10 or $100, the payment that you make every month helps your credit. Because it's going to push your score up, 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 up. Your score stop is when you max out. When you got a $5,000 credit card and you owe $4,500, okay, you ain't going nowhere. But there's just ways I can look at your credit, 5 minutes, and tell you what we need to do to get your score up. But you got to come and ask. Call, I ain't going to bite you.
Absolutely. And also, I think what limits folks sometimes is their income. They're like, well, I don't make a lot. I want to wait till I'm making at least $60,000. You can purchase a home if you're making probably about $15 an hour, maybe even less. It depends on your situation and your debt to income ratio. Yeah. So don't let the income hinder you from moving forward.
That's good to know. Now, the other side of foreclosure is there are opportunities. So there are opportunities for people to invest in property, that is going through foreclosure or short sale or whatever. And do you all have access to those lists? And are you able to help people through that process, or is that not something you do in your office?
Absolutely. I have a full service office. We do investments. We have a list of all the recent not even recent, all of the foreclosures in PG County, Baltimore County, all of Maryland, all of DC, and we have a list of all of the short sales. So we definitely are able to get you in if you wanted to go that route. Also, with the HUD homes, we have a list of the HUD homes because foreclosures can be different. You can have real foreclosures or you can have HUD foreclosures. And a lot of times we can help investors purchase foreclosures with no money down. And if you're also in the one of PG's finest, you can buy it at half price. So if it's a HUD home for $100,000 and you're a PG County Police, you can get it for $50,000.
Repeat that again.
If you're a PG County Police and you're interested in purchasing a home or getting an investment property, you can purchase a HUD home for half off.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. And what about DC Police? Anything for DC police officers?
Not that I know of right now.
No, they're still homeless. Okay.
No, they're not homeless. You know what? DC has a lot of great programs. They have like HPAP and those programs. The great thing is that because DC is the nation's capital, they don't have a lot of short sales and they don't have a lot of foreclosures. That property in DC is like a gold mine. You know, the average house that needs renovating and has major issues is probably like $350, and you know they take that $350 property and they renovate it and it's going for about $699, $700,000.
Well, that's a lot of really good information and something that we all need to be knowledgeable of. That's you know, a really good investment, a solid investment in real estate as opposed to maybe some of the other things. I know MGM just got here, and I know everybody's ready to run around the corner and you know, roll that dice. But why roll the dice when you can go with a guarantee? And I can tell you, I got property in DC back in 1998, and that property was boarded up. It was a little more than a shell, but it was boarded up, and I got it for less than $100,000, and it's now probably at least $750,000. And that's you know, that's the kind of opportunities that exist out here, and I know other people that have, you know, done very similar. And it's a great way to, you know, also leverage, because now that property is something that I have, you know, used the resources to open up restaurants and do other things. Can you talk to us about how we can get our monies out of our properties, get that equity working for us?
Oh, absolutely. You can always, the great thing, like I said, property appreciates. You know, when I sold that property in Capitol Heights for $295, that money that I took from that was over $100,000. That was money in the bank. You know, it was money that I could use to move forward and invest with. So you can always take the equity out of your property, or you can always sell the property and, you know, capitalize on that and reinvest it. What I tell young people to do, especially I have clients who say, I want to buy a property, but they may not can afford the perfect property yet. You can start off with a condo. Buy a condo for $40,000, $30,000, $50,000 or less, depending on where you buy it. Once your finances and your income change, you can move up to a townhouse. You still have that condo. Use that as rental property and get that revenue to build, you know, residual income. And you can do that and move forward from a townhouse to a single family home. Before you know it, you may have a portfolio of property and residual income coming in, and on your way to making millions or whatever your goal is. So, you know, because that property is, you have someone else paying for it. So you're building equity and you're moving, changing your goals.
You can use your town home to pay for your single family home.
Right.
Rent it out. So therefore your mortgage, somebody else is paying it. But again, you gotta call us.
Right. It's all about that action.
That's it. Well, again, it's been a lot of good information. I probably have another 4 or 5 questions, but I don't want to overwhelm you.
No,
I
go
think
ahead.
your classes that you offer on Wednesday night are, you know, probably a good resource for the community. Can you tell us again when and where?
Yes, the class is Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The instructor is Carrie Wood. The address is 9560 Marlboro Pike, Suite 204, Upper Marlboro, Maryland, 20772.
Great. Anything else in the not too distant future that you all want to bring attention to that you're doing?
When we coming back here?
We need to set up that home buyers seminar. So
Yeah.
let's talk. Maybe you guys, like I said, can come in on one of those Wednesdays. We'll be prepared to invite people to come out so they can get information, maybe get some on the spot. I don't know what you guys can do like on the spot, but we'll talk offline and just figure that out, because action is key, guys. Action. Come on out. Be a part of it. Get your house. 2017 can be your year. Come on out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's right. So once again, today is Wednesday, so we do want to see you this evening. The Health, Wealth, and Knowledge of Self workshop series is tonight, 7 p.m. If you want to come early and grab a bite to eat, go ahead and do that at 6 o'clock. If not, if you want to just come for the presentation, that's going to be 7 to 9 p.m. We have some great information for you. We don't want you to miss out, so make sure that you're there.
Great. Well, it's been a great show. I want to thank you all for coming out, and we look forward to having you back.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
inviting us.
Yes. The great Harriet Hawkins.
All right, take care, guys. So next time, this has been the E-Life Power Lunch with Dr. Baruch and Chris Murray.